So in this video, we're going to take a look at one of the most important models that we can use inside of the Comfy UI. And it's a model that works alongside the main checkpoint. These are called Loras files, and they can add quite a lot of personality to an image. So here we've got this beautiful, well, this kind of ordinary looking image of a village. And we're going to transform it into a pirate village. What I want to do is to just take a quick look around to see what we've got going on here. We've got the empty latent, which is giving us an image of 768 by 512. Now we're using Dream Shaper, and Dream Shaper 8 can handle these sort of landscape shaped images. It can handle portrait, it can handle landscape. And I think it goes up to 768 by 512, or it might even go to 768 by 768. Now, the scheduler is set to a fixed seed, which will keep things constant so we can see what impact the edits that we have, the edits that we make have on the outcome. And you can see the negative and the positive there. So what we'll do next is take a look at the behavior of the Loras. Let's go to image posted. And here we've got one Loras, which is a Loras called, we're on Civet AI. The Loras is called Pirate Punk AI. It's an awesome Loras that I've used before. And if we take a look at these images, you can see the type of effect that it has. It has what I would call a steampunk pirate look. Pirate punk. So this guy here is a car in the style of this particular Loras. I like this one, this truck with the with the skulls on the front, and this one is a battle mech, destroys a ship. Okay, so pirate punks, kind of a cross between steampunk and Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's take a look at how we can create maybe something that looks like this, the Pirate Punk Village. Now I have used this before, and we're not going to get exactly awesome results because we're going to be working with a very small image and we're not going to be copying everything here. But things to notice, we've got the clip skip, which is a setting that we need to look at. We've got a large number of steps, 45, which we're not going to use. We've got a negative prompt. We're going to use a different negative prompt. And we're not going to use the Rev and animated checkpoint. We're just going to use the Loras. So download the Loras. And the other one I want you to download to play around with is an SDXL Loras. And this one is the Paper Cut Loras. Paper Cut SDXL. Now this one is a 325 download. The other one, let's close that. It's 144 megabyte download. So this one is going to be for SD 1.5. 144 is typical for SD 1.5 Loras, and there's a trigger word, pirate punk. We can actually copy that and paste it and see what happens. Okay, so that's what happens when we type that word in, that trigger word, into the prompt. It changes the look of things, makes it a little bit more woodeny, a little bit more old-timey. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else is happening here. We've got the trigger word, we've downloaded this, but where do we actually put it after we download? Now I'm going to show you how I arrange things. So you can see here we're inside of the Comfy UI folder, models, Loras. And because I play around quite a lot inside of the Loras folder, what I've done is to change the way I've organized it. So I'm trying to curate the models in a way that makes sense to me. I've put some in design, some in general, photo, specialist. Those are all 1.5. And then we've got SDXL. And again, a similar directory structure. That makes it easier for me to know what's going on. And also, we can actually I'm actually sharing my Loras with Automatic 1111. So there are even more Loras over at Automatic 1111, but quite a lot of all of the SDXL ones I've actually put here because Automatic 1111 is not that good at dealing with SDXL. So we're going to be using Paper Cut. It's only a small download. Let's move this out of the way and let's go back to Comfy UI. Now inside of Comfy UI, how do we connect things up? Well, there is this other thing here that we have with this particular Lora. You'll see that we have this setting that we need to put in here. And with this one, what we'll do is just put it at the beginning right there, comma. And what we're looking at here is a call. We're calling up the Lora file. That's what the command there does. And the Lora file is Pirate Punk. This whole thing, that's what the file is going to be when you download it from Civit AI. And then the colon, then a weight. The weight here is 0.9. We'll run with this one and I'll put village right at the end. And we'll run this one. Let's see what happens. So even by just putting in those words without anything else, we've got something that looks a little bit more piratey, a little bit more old-timey than what we had before. Let's go ahead and now add the main element, and that is going to be the Lora loader. Now we've got the model, we've got the clip skip, then we've got the clip prompt. Let's drag a line out from the model link, and then choose Lora loader. If we then connect this up to the Lora here, to the model here in the K sampler, it will disconnect the checkpoint loader. So we're now going from checkpoint to Lora to K sampler. It's now telling me, hey, there's something missing here. We haven't got this clip, and it's got a bold line around the node that's affected. So what we do here is say, okay, we're moving from the clip here to the clip there, and this guy is important because we know we need to set a clip skip. So let's go ahead and drag this output here. So it's an input there, and then the output here goes to the prompt. So we're disconnecting this guy from the prompt and instead using the Lora. Now, if we try this one, okay, it's gone through. But we're using a Lora, which is called, it's in the design folder, it's Dayu. Let's open this up and choose, I've put it in the photos folder, Pirate Punk AI v4, and let's run that one. And what a world of difference that makes. We've now got the pirate theme going on. It's looking awesome. And we've got a little pirate island going on there as well. We've got the ship, we've got the village, everything looks good. Right, let's take a look at what we can change. We can change the weight here. So we can change this, let's say, to 0.1. Now we can actually run a small test. Let's go up to the Pirate Punk prompt and let's change this value from 0.9 to 0.9. Now that shouldn't change anything. As you can see, it does change something. So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but 0.9 and 0.9 should be exactly the same. Let's change it to 0. Let's change this value to 0.1. Doesn't result in much change, but if we come up here and play around with this number here, just reduce that number to 0.1. Let's see what happens. Well, that's quite an interesting outcome. That's a huge difference in the way things look. We can actually go negative and take this to minus 0.8, let's say, for instance, and see what that looks like. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. So that's an interesting outcome right there from going negative. Sometimes going negative produces interesting results. Sometimes it can produce uninteresting results, but it's an interesting way of working where you take the intended use and then you actually put it in the negative. One of the other things we can do is to change the clip skip. Remember, in the clip skip, we had the clip skip of 2. So inside of Comfy, clip skip of 2 is a clip skip not of 2, but of minus 2. So let's try that. And let's change this back to 1. That's with a clip skip of minus 2. So this is kind of like more closely the intended use. And I think that if we maybe increase this to 45 like they had inside of the image there, we would probably get a very interesting result. I'm just going to change the setting here because okay, that's a little bit better. Let's go back to minus 1. Let's run that, and what I want to do is to maybe take a look at the skip, the strength clip, reduce that, and let's see what happens. I mean, we are after all connected to the clip set last layer there. So that's what happens when we change the clip strength. Interesting outcome. I really like this one actually. No longer looks like a village. Just looks like a giant ship. But I like the aesthetic. So those are some of the ways that we can use the settings inside of Comfy UI for working with the LoRa files. The LoRa loader goes in between the checkpoint and the sampler, and then we have to organize things so that the clip set last layer, if it's needed, is intruding in between the settings overall, the LoRa and the prompt. And yeah, this one is a very, very powerful technique of changing the way images look. I mean, if we were to remove the LoRa at this stage, we could go down to 0 here. And in theory, at this point, the LoRa should be kind of neutral, and we should be able to remove these. Oops, should be able to remove these as well. And get the original image that we had at the beginning. So that's how we work with LoRa's inside of Comfy UI. It's a different workflow, and make a lot of use of the load LoRa node. And I would recommend playing around with quite a lot of LoRas to see the variety that exists there. We're going to take a look at another one. That one's going to be SDXL, and that one's going to be an interesting one.